We can have that conversation now, yeah. You know, if anybody got a problem with what I be posting, we can have that conversation right now. You can let me know what you don't like about what I post. You know, you can let me know that you only like posts where people talking about religion and what you want to talk about and what you want to hear about. But that ain't my platform. That ain't where I'm coming from. That ain't what I think like. I don't think about what should I post that people gonna like and then get on there and post that. I post what I think about. Sometimes them thoughts be positive, sometimes they be negative. But it's what I'm thinking at the time. So what I don't need is people jumping on my Facebook page trying to tell me how to be on my Facebook page. If you don't like it, don't listen. If you don't like the post, keep scrolling. You know, I'm pretty sure you got a page full of people who post stuff that you like to look at. And this applies to anybody who don't like it, male or female. If you don't like what I post, don't come to my page. You know, if I'm on your page and I see something I don't like, hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep scrolling. If I comment on it, it's not something I'm gonna carry on about. I might have an opinion, and that's it. Everybody has it. You know, I'm not sitting here trying to get you to change how you look at things or change what you're doing. I ain't trying to change nobody. So I expect no one to come to my page trying to change me. If you don't like what I'm talking about, don't listen. If you don't like what I post, keep scrolling. You know, you can develop a page where everything that you want to see and that you like to see is on your page. Don't come on my page trying to tell me how to be on my page. This is my shit. If you don't like it, find a page to go and look at it. Because I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Y'all post shit about niggas all day. Niggas don't say shit. The moment I say something about how women be masculine in a joking manner, you know, women that drink beer are masculine. I don't care what you say. Name one woman that don't go get her some beer that's not masculine. You know, name one woman that go and smoke Black and Miles that's not masculine. Name that woman. Show me a woman that is, you know, not masculine that smokes cigarettes and blacks every day. That's some masculine stuff, man. Cussing, masculine. Drinking, masculine. Fighting, masculine. I mean, the list goes on. But it's a joke. You know, I'm saying this in a joking manner. I'm not saying it to offend anybody or to change anyone. I'm just pointing out what is obvious. And what's obvious is not all, but the majority of these females are argumentative and combative. Or they do things that are very masculine. And at the end of the day, you know, I get it. That's the new age or the modern day um, female for you. But I'm not a beta male. I'm not the type of male you're going to tell what to do. I've always had problems in relationships because of that. And that's why I'm not in one anymore. Because I'm not going to be told what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. And if I feel like I need to change, or if I think that I need to change, then I'll make those proper adjustments. But ain't no woman going to tell me what to do, or how I should be, or how I could do better, or that's for you. And that's your personal opinion. And like I say, everybody has an opinion. I'm not mad that you have an opinion, but don't come on my page trying to tell me how to post shit. This is my page. Go on your page and post what you like to see. Don't come to my page, post, status. Don't come on my shit like that. Don't do that because honestly, that's not cool. You know, but I ain't doing nothing but working. You know, striving to be more morally upright, following my moral compass, you know, giving the Most High His praise and thanking Him for allowing me the opportunity to do what it is I'm doing right now. But yeah, like to come on my post and try to say I'm triggered or I'm somebody hurt me or I'm not hurt. I don't even look hurt. I'm not triggered. I do whatever the hell I want to do. Now, the only way I'm gonna be triggered is if I couldn't do what I want to do, and obviously I'm not in that boat. So I ain't tripping about you know a female. I'm not tripping about my life. I'm not. My life isn't in shambles. I'm not stressing. I'm not financially set back. I'm not carless. I'm not jobless. I'm not employless. Like I'm. Yes, I have my own business. I do my own thing. I make my own hours. I make my own schedule. I could be off or I could be on. That's depending on how I feel. And every day that I feel like working, I'm gonna be employed because I have a business that I run and I own. When I don't feel like working, I can take off. I can punch out. I can do what I want to do. So I'm not triggered by anybody. I'm not mean. I'm not mad. I don't hate women. I'm just me. And just because I don't think like a woman doesn't mean I hate women. This is just me. I don't have to be like the guys you like being around, and I don't have to be like the guys you like listening to. Go find those guys to listen to. Don't try to change me into what you want me to be. That's not me. And it's never been me. But other than that, how y'all doing? You know? Like I say, if anybody want to have a conversation about how I post and what I post, let's have it live. Don't comment on my shit. Have it live. Come on in to this conversation and let's have a grown folks conversation. If you can't do that, don't try to offend me or shame me by posting anything on my page to make it seem like I'm hurt or triggered. Because I ain't hurt and triggered about nothing. I haven't went through anything with a woman lately that put me in a foul state. So I don't know what that is supposed to mean. But like I said, that's more of an insult to a real man than anything. I'm not spicy. I'm not sassy. I'm not hurt. I'm not bitter. I have no reason to be. The Lord has blessed me. Ever since I've been doing my own thing, I have been extremely blessed. Um, if anything, I'm planning a vacation. So if I'm gonna be triggered by something, it's gonna be once I schedule this vacation, not being able to go on that. That's going to trigger me. But other than that, nothing else is triggering me. I'm having a phenomenal day. I'm at work, waiting on one of my clients to come up out of her job, so we can drop her off, and then on to my next endeavor. That's what I'm doing right now. In a minute, I'm gonna go get me something to eat. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be healthy. I'm trying to stay away from fast foods and things of that sort of nature, man. It's hard in Saginaw though because we don't have a lot of options, man. Y'all got any options on better things to eat? Leave that in the comment. Let me know like some better places or the places y'all like to eat. I'm talking to the people who actually care about their health and just don't be eating whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to find different places to eat that's healthy around here, especially when you're trying to be vegan. You know. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. I ain't been on here in a minute. Honestly, that's why I don't be getting on here posting stuff. I don't want to offend anybody by simply trying to tell y'all what's on my mind. Like I have a lot of things that's on my mind that I have a lot of moments where I post things. Well, don't really post them. I start to post them, and then I just delete it because I don't want to, like I say, make people think that I hate women or I even hate our people. But we do a lot of detrimental stuff, and we don't um, we don't stick together in a way to where we can become financially free. We're all out here for self. We're all out here trying to figure it out. Most people are out here struggling. Even if you're making around 30, 40, $50,000 a year, you're still struggling. You know, I made over $50,000 last year, and I'm still struggling. So I'm not above anybody. I'm not trying to, say that I'm rich or I'm better than anybody. I'm honest enough to be held accountable. I'm honest enough to come on here and be vulnerable because I don't really care about what nobody think about me. I care about what I think about myself. That's what I care about. So, I hope everybody is having a good day. I hope everybody is getting to that bag. I hope everybody finds something to eat today that's going to nourish your body and that's good for your body, you know. And I hope you're taking care of yourself because ain't nobody else gonna take care of you if you don't, you know. But yeah, that was just on my mind, you know. Just really, just what like I say, what I might, what I think is really funny is how I can be on Facebook on the most positive stuff or the most informational things or informative things, and people don't even engage with that type of stuff. But the moment maybe I'm in a joking spirit or something crossed my mind, or maybe it's a podcast I watch where they're talking about certain topics. I put that topic, out there on my page, or just to see who's going to engage, and it leads to, you know, someone feeling like somebody did something to me. Like this lady posted a comment today about me needing yoga. I don't need yoga. I'm at peace. The only time I've never been at peace is when I was dealing with a woman. Especially, a woman who doesn't understand that that's what's most important to a man is peace. Not satisfying you and keeping you happy because that's, almost impossible when it comes to most women. So I'm not hurt because you're not happy. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You gotta find your happiness. See, what I was taught by the Stoic philosophers is the more desires you have, the more happier you're going to be. And the more you deal with certain women, this isn't all, the more you deal with certain women, women be having a lot of desires. So that's why they can't be happy. They want everything. And I'm not, and like I said, don't put yourself in the category of every woman, because I'm not talking about every woman. I'm talking about certain women, and the majority of women want too much. They're not even willing to work for what they feel like they deserve. They're very entitled to a lifestyle. They're very entitled to a man's money or his lifestyle or his car or the things he can bring to the table. But my thing is, like, are you willing to work for those things? Or are you just entitled to those things? Because the majority of women ain't going to work for the things they want. Like, a woman go to work every day and complain about going to work. But it's like, how you going to have the lifestyle you want if you're not working for it? That's the stuff I be talking about. So if I dealt with a woman, she couldn't think like that. You stress me out by thinking like that. You think I want to go to work? You complaining about going to work. I'm getting up and going to work. You getting up going to work. Hey, ain't nothing to complain about. It ain't like complaining gonna get you paid. Find a way to complain and get paid, and then we can have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? But until you can get paid for complaining, I don't want to hear that, man. I just don't like that. I really think that's immature of a woman to always complain about things that they have to do. But you think you're supposed to have this man that does it for you. It just don't work like that. The way I believe and how my belief system is set up, God don't bless you with stuff you don't deserve. So if you don't have a good man, that's because you don't deserve a good man. It ain't because you're doing everything right and you just keep making bad decisions. But even if you are, let's just put it in that context. Whose fault would that be? Would that be the bad man you keep choosing, or would that be your problem? See, this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. And like I say, what I'm posting is what's on my mind. What I'm posting a lot of the times is just to uplift. Sometimes it's a little dark humor in there. Like I said in the beginning, some of my stuff that I want to get off my chest or get off my mind is negative, and some of it is positive. Nothing is always one-sided with me, So, you know, you can learn from that. I hope you do. I hope you understand. I hope you don't take offense to the things I post, because I'm not directly talking about anybody, and if I did, I wouldn't have a problem with putting their name on it. So, it is what it is. Nobody hurt me. Nobody triggered me. Maybe I seen a podcast, or someone was having a conversation, and I'm just kind of, putting that out there, what I heard. Hey, but every post isn't just directly directed at anyone in particular. I'm posting what's on my mind. I'm posting what I see. And what I see and what's on my mind all the time, I understand people ain't going to agree with. But I don't agree with everything that I see. I just know how to handle it better than most people do, and especially most women. I'm never going to jump on somebody's post on some, trying to change the way they think type of thing. Like that's your opinion. What you think is what you think, and what I think is what I think. And my opinion doesn't make your life better. What you do makes your life better. So as long as you understand that, you'll be in good shape. But yeah, it's a good day. The sun is out. You know, if it was raining, maybe I would be triggered. Maybe if it was snowing and super cold out here, I would be triggered. But I'm not in that situation right now. The Lord has blessed us with some sun. He's blessed us with another opportunity to have the things we want in life, to work for the things we want in life, to deserve the things we want in life. Yeah. So it's great out here, to be honest. I actually love what I'm looking at right now. I love feeling the sun on my skin. I love being above ground. And I'm thankful for those things. And I appreciate the Lord for those things. If anything, I would be triggered if the Lord didn't fuck with me no more. And excuse me using that with the Lord in the same sentence, but that's just me. You know, that's what triggers me. But no, I'm not allowing a woman to steal my joy anymore, my space, my peace. None of that. None of that. I'm cool, man. I'm comfortable with being alone. I'm comfortable with getting bread on my own. I'm comfortable with most definitely not having to go to work for anyone else to make money. And I've been doing this for 4 years now. I'm good. I can go shopping if I want to go shopping. I can go on a trip if I want to do that. But I don't have to do nothing that I don't want to do, and I'm not going to let anybody place this spirit of anger or this spirit of he's triggered or this spirit of he don't like women, because I ain't never said I don't like women. I'm far from gay. Shit. Y'all better get with the program. I do appreciate, my real folks that understand, who really know me, that understands me, and, ain't jumping to conclusions to make me out to be this bad guy because I posted something they didn't agree with. Man, that's y'all problem, man. That's y'all problem. Y'all too opinionated. And with y'all opinions, y'all expect people to agree with you all the time when that's just not alpha male ain't gonna agree with you every time. I really don't agree with a lot of stuff. I only agree with what's right. If you doing what's right, I agree with that. If you lukewarm or in the middle, I don't do stuff like that. You either in or out. I don't care if it's bad or good. You gotta be in or out. You can't be in the middle, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I don't rock with people like that. You can't be on some, cold shit today and then some hot shit tomorrow and then think I'm going to, form an opinion that's based off of, how you are when you're good. Like, no, you're a hot and cold person. That just is what it is. You're not gonna come on my post trying to tell me how to be like you or how to think like you, because that ain't me. I think like me, and the majority of the times I have disagreements because of the way I think. I'm cool with that. It's been like that my whole life. I've never just been a 100% agreeable kind of guy. I have my thoughts. You have your thoughts. We can, reference why we have those thoughts. We can have the conversations. We can be intellectual. But if you're going to be, one-sided with your intellect, then we probably won't have a conversation because I don't have time for that. You know? What's the word, man? Y'all let me know something, man. Like I say, when I post that stuff about financial literacy, when I was posting stuff about growing weed, when I was posting stuff about how to get money, when I'm constantly posting stuff about how to, stop being such of a consumer all the time and be more of an investor and a saver and a person that understands that you got to have like-minded people around you. You see who I'm with right now. You see who I'm with right now. You feel? You see who I'm with right now. You know why? Because it ain't too many people like mine. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. I have to learn that. And now that I know that, what I do is go to work. I try to eat healthier. I work out. And I try to stay away from people who don't mean me no good. I most definitely stay away from females who want to spend the money that I make. I make a good amount of money for a person that ain't going to work for nobody. You know, I have a vehicle, you know, and I have places to go if I need to go anywhere. You know, I'm not homeless. I'm not in need. I'm not desperate. I can do whatever I want to do at the drop of a dime. I could be in your city before you know it. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. But please don't place that spirit of mad man or or um or aggressive energy, or don't place that on me, man. I'm cool. If I was sad, if I was angry, you would be able to tell. I'm not sad, I'm not angry, I'm not mad, I'm not triggered. None of that stuff. I don't even understand why anybody would get on somebody's post and say you're mad, you're triggered, somebody hurt you and all like that. That is little kid stuff, man. Little kids instigate and try to, you know, poke and provoke people into anger. Like that ain't grown folk stuff, man. If a person is trying to see about me, I got a messenger. If you got my number, call me. But don't ever try to put the spirit of anger in my life. Don't ever try to put the spirit of brokenness on me. Don't ever try to put the spirit of lame guy or lame nigga, lame whatever you want to call it on me. I'm in my own lane, man. And if you ain't trying to get money with me 9 times out of 10, if I don't know you, if you ain't my brother or sister, I ain't fucking with you. And that's just what it is. I'm trying to monetize my Facebook like you should be. Not on Facebook trying to tell people what they should do or how they feel. You don't know how I feel. You don't know how I feel. You don't even know me like that to be trying to talk about how I feel or what you think about me. Like, you don't know me like that. Keep them comments to yourself. Like I say, it's people like you that cause me to get out of my, you know, my godly energy and try to, you know, really trying to keep things on the up and up and try to keep my moral compass going north instead of south. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, you know, people understand how important it is to be around people who, you know, hold you accountable to your bullshit. You know, I'm not that friend that's gonna allow you to keep bullshitting and yeah, man, you doing the right thing. No, man, if you bullshitting, I'm gonna point that out. If you say some bullshit to me, I'm going to disagree with that. If you think you know what you're talking about and you don't, I'm going to disagree with that. I'm going to have an opinion about what is right all the time, man. And in my eyes, a lot of the stuff that I see, a lot of the stuff that, you know, people think is right isn't right. Like I say, if you on Facebook and you ain't trying to get your page monetized, you ain't using Facebook right. Like they paying people, man. But you on Facebook being nosy. You on Facebook trying to encourage people to do some bullshit. You know? But that's all, man. I ain't really want too much. Just had that on my mind, man. Y'all, you know, like I say, man, get on in these lives sometimes, man. You know, come on in, man. Y'all can join the live too. We can have a conversation. It's nothing. I ain't trying to, you know, put nobody on blast or get no validation from nobody, man. I'm rarely on here. I wake up, um, salute y'all, you know, use my emoji of the guy with his hand raised just to let you know I'm present, I'm here, and then I get to the money. That's what I do every day. I don't be on Facebook just wasting time. I don't be on Facebook just, you know, joking every day or all the time. That ain't how I work, man. That ain't how I operate. I know it's a lot of people that do that, and you know they waste a lot of time being on social media. I don't be on social media like that. The majority of my time is I'm um, working or on YouTube researching something. I'm like a mad scientist. Every time you see me, I have learned something new. Every day, I strive to learn something new. I'm not just a one track mind individual. I'm always learning something new. I'm always trying to figure out a way to help my people and the people that fuck with me and who I love. And I'm always trying to give the Lord um, his praise and his thanks, because without him, none of this would be possible. Those are the three things that I do every single day. So, you know, like I say, man, y'all can learn from me. I can't learn a lot from y'all, man. You know, I can learn how to be nosy and how to, you know, hate man and bash man. I can learn that from a lot of women. But where are the women who actually, you know, love men in a way that they want to help, that actually care about us? Because there's not too many of y'all out there, man. Y'all don't give a fuck about us. Y'all don't care about us. Y'all rarely call to check on a nigga. You only call to check on a nigga if, you see something that happened or something negative going on, then, you got everybody engagement for that. But when a person, is around here, struggling or, trying to get on their feet, look at y'all. You know? Y'all know where to be found. But I'll holler back, man. I'm about to get back to work.